It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got a beer from Bad Seed Brewing in wonderful Denmark. I was in Copenhagen, got to think now, 4 years ago I think, riding round on lime scooters in Copenhagen at the Mekong bar there, in the old, I think it was an old fish market, old meat market or something. But I was with my wonderful friend, Peter, the master of hoppage, who's got his own YouTube channel. You've got to check it out. It's absolutely fantastic. It's, of course, a beer channel on YouTube. But we had such a lovely time. Now, since then, Peter's had some fantastic news. I'm not going to share that fantastic news because that's for Peter to share the fantastic news with you. But he's also gone on after this fantastic news, or maybe before the fantastic news, to become head brewer at Bad Seed Brewing. And it's been really lovely because Peter's a little bit younger than me. I say a little bit, probably 10 years younger than me. It's been really lovely to see the Peter's kind of like progression through life. When he first started reviewing beer on YouTube in 2009, sorry, skipped 10 years then, 2009. Young, fresh-faced, reviewing bottles of Spitfire and Bishop's Finger and whatnot, whatever he can get his hands on. But he always had a passion for beer. Then he was a teenager drinking beer on YouTube. It was fantastic. But it's been great to see, he's probably in his 30s now, it's been great to see him go on to grow his YouTube channel and then to become a head brewer of a fantastic company. But he's great company. He's a great guy. And this is called Goodnight Mekong. And this is an Imperial Vietnamese iced coffee stout, vintage 2022. It's 12.5% ABV. So this is obviously the brewery that he's head brewer of. And he was very kind enough to send me, I was going to use this glass, but I'm going to put this glass down. He very kindly sent me a big box of his beer and a nice glass. So, without further ado, let's get this 330 milliliter can out into a glass and see what we get. I'm hoping, what am I hoping for with this beer? I'm hoping for quite a bit of roasted malt, to be honest. That's my big hope for the beer. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm going to say it because I haven't said it for years. This looks like, for me, a Scandinavian-style Russian Imperial Stout. Now, why do I call it that? Well, back a number of years ago now, I used to have a guy called Johan who used to send me lots of different Swedish beers. Johan was a fantastic... In fact, I was with Peter. We were somewhere, and Johan was there, and Johan put a bottle of Cantillon, like this rare Cantillon beer on the table, and just patted us both on the shoulder and left. And Peter turned to me and said, that was Johan, the guy that buys you all the beer and sends them over to the UK. I can't remember where we were. I'm sure Peter will tell you in the comments down below. My head's shot these days, absolutely shot. But anyway, Scandinavian style Russian Imperial Stout for me is, it's always big and thick looking, good body to the beer, jet black beer in the glass, and the head on the beer is just sticking. It is not going anywhere. You can get stouts, so I called Lervig's Conrad Stout, and I first reviewed that. I called that a Scandinavian style Russian Imperial Stout. The Swedish beers, Danish beers, of course it's Scandinavia, isn't it? I hope it one day catches on. I hope one day there's an actual style of beer called Scandinavian style Russian Imperial Stout, because they're blooming good at brewing it. Look at this. Look at this. Let's get the aroma. And thankfully, this is the aroma on this beer is absolutely out of this world incredible. Loads and loads of roasted malt, chocolate, coffee, caramel, raisin, plum, fig, prune. A little bit of that Vietnamese coffee. Oh, it smells delightful. Absolutely delightful. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh, finally, Stone the Crows. I can't remember the last time I said Stone the Crows with a Russian Imperial Stout. Oh, finally, this is the stuff of dreams. This is the type of Imperial Stout that I want to drink. Lots of layers of flavour. There's layers of flavour coming from the sweetness from the beer. There's layers of flavour coming from the bitterness, the roasted malt, the coffee. Oh, the hops. There's flavour coming from the hops. So when you use a lot of hops in a beer like this, a Russian Imperial Stout, instead of having flavours, say you're drinking your favourite IPA and your favourite double IPA, and they've got flavours of passion fruit and mango and grapefruit and orange peel and fleshy blood orange. When you add those hops to a roasted, with a beer with a lot of roasted malt in there, like a Russian Imperial Stout like this, it changes the flavour of the hop. And the flavour of hop goes from being passion fruit, mango, grapefruit over to more darker fruits like plum and fig and prune and raisin. There's toffee flavours coming through. I'm picking up toffee flavours now. There's a fantastic bitterness to the beer. The mouthfeel is creamy and rich. Oh, this is delightful. This is delightful beer. Even the seagulls want some. There's flavours of coconut. There's flavours of vanilla. There's flavours of fresh iced Vietnamese coffee. Never had one, but you know, it says so on the can. The mouthfeel is so rich and creamy. This is a beer. I could drink this all year round. In fact, there's brilliant sunshine out there today. It's going to go up to about 21 degrees out there today, and I wouldn't mind sitting in the shade just there and finish this off in the middle of summer. Absolutely. Look at the head retention. Look at the way that beer looks in the glass. And what makes this even more exciting, and I'm going to say it again, is that my friend who I watched, you know, turn into a man on YouTube, has gone on to become head brewer at Bad Seed Brewing. And it's just wonderful. It's just absolutely wonderful to see this creation that he's come up with, and he's brewed, and he's kind of read all the books, and he's learned from people, and he's like me. Look at me. I couldn't brew this beer. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able. I just haven't got it in my kind of vocabulary to brew a beer like this. Believe it or not, our channel started more or less within a month at the same time, back in 2009, 2010. We've both been going now about 13, 14 years on YouTube. But what's impressive is that Peter wasn't just content. Like me, I'm content with making YouTube videos about beer. That was my kind of sole purpose, was just to make YouTube videos about beer. What's impressive is the fact that Peter wanted to know more. He wanted to go on and he wanted to become a brewer and a head brewer and produce wonderful creations like this. And I just got to congratulate him. I just got to congratulate him on every single success that he has in life. Cheers, my friend. This is great, great, great beer. This is the second beer now that we've had from Bad Seed Brewing. The first one being a fantastic Pilsner. Unbelievable. So fantastic Pilsner followed up by a fantastic Imperial Stout. This beer is a stone the crows 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.